The moment whispers began circulating about a secret American deal involving royal titles, children, and a fortune rumored to be worth hundreds of millions, the palace walls were never going to stay silent. And according to this explosive storyline, the person who decided enough was none other than Princess Anne. The woman often described as the monarchy's toughest enforcer allegedly found herself staring at information so shocking that it threatened to ignite one of the biggest family wars in recent royal history.
I continued to say to myself, in whatever I'm going through, my faith is greater than my fear. I believe in.
What made this situation so explosive was not merely the money. It was the accusation that royal prestige itself had become part of a commercial strategy. As rumors spread through elite circles and private media communities, speculation intensified around an alleged blockbuster agreement involving Meghan Markle and a powerful American entertainment technology corporation. The figure being discussed was staggering. The ambitions attached to it were even bigger, according to the narrative. The deal was designed to elevate Meghan's influence across entertainment, business, and elite American circles. But every ambitious plan carries a risk, and sometimes the smallest leak can trigger the biggest collapse. The information allegedly crossed the Atlantic and landed directly in London. Suddenly, senior royal figures were confronted with claims that could potentially damage the monarchy's image. And according to the storyline, Princess Anne reacted immediately, not publicly, not dramatically, quietly, methodically, the type of response that makes people nervous because it happens behind closed doors. Questions reportedly began circulating. Documents were allegedly examined. Connections were traced. Details were scrutinized. Piece by piece, the picture supposedly became clearer. Then came the revelation that changed everything. According to the allegations presented in the transcript, one of the most controversial elements involved Archie and Lilibet. The claims suggested that the children could potentially be presented publicly using their royal titles in connection with commercial activities. Whether true or not, the mere suggestion was enough to send shockwaves through royal observers. Why? Because titles carry symbolism. They carry history. They carry value. And whenever value enters the room, controversy is never far behind. As Princess Anne allegedly dug deeper, the situation appeared even more disturbing through her eyes. The narrative claims she viewed the arrangement not simply as a business venture, but as something far more serious. To someone devoted to protecting royal traditions, the idea of royal identities becoming connected to commercial branding reportedly represented a dangerous line being crossed. Suddenly, what started as whispers of a business deal transformed into accusations of exploiting royal prestige for financial gain. The more details emerged, the more tension seemed to build. Questions multiplied faster than answers. Was this really about securing financial independence? Was it about protecting a future? Or was it, as critics allegedly claimed, a calculated strategy to maximize profit by leveraging royal connections? Depending on who was telling the story, the answer changed dramatically. But Princess Anne's alleged reaction did not. According to the narrative, she saw the entire situation as an insult to the values she had spent her life defending. While others debated, speculated, and argued, Anne reportedly prepared a direct response. Not through palace spokespeople, not through carefully crafted press releases. Directly, the warning email described in the transcript became the spark that supposedly ignited an already dangerous situation. Its message was clear. The alleged negotiations had been uncovered, explanations were demanded. Commercial activities involving royal names and titles were ordered to stop immediately. The language was portrayed as cold, authoritative, and uncompromising. And that is when the conflict allegedly exploded inside Montecito. According to the storyline, Prince Harry learned details that left him furious. If the claims were accurate, he believed he had been kept in the dark. The allegations involving the children reportedly hit hardest. The idea that Archie and Lilibet could become connected to commercial arrangements triggered outrage. The transcript paints a picture of an argument unlike anything the couple had experienced before. Voices allegedly rose, accusations flew, promises were questioned, trust was shattered. Harry, according to the story, felt betrayed. Meghan, according to the same narrative, felt justified. And when two people are convinced they are right, compromise becomes almost impossible. The confrontation reportedly transformed into a battle over motives. Harry allegedly accused Meghan of using royal status as leverage. Meghan allegedly fired back that she was simply securing the family's future. One side saw exploitation. The other saw opportunity. One side saw betrayal. The other saw survival. And then came the most dangerous part of all. Someone supposedly overheard everything. According to the transcript, a household employee allegedly became an unexpected witness to the explosive confrontation. Suddenly, secrets that were never supposed to leave private walls found a pathway into the outside world. Information was allegedly documented, details allegedly leaked, and once the media caught the scent of scandal, there was no stopping the avalanche. Headlines exploded, social media erupted, public opinion divided. Every accusation became a debate, every rumor became a headline, every denial became another reason for speculation. The controversy was no longer confined to private conversations inside royal residences. It had become a global spectacle, and as criticism intensified, Meghan allegedly found herself facing mounting pressure from every direction. Public backlash grew louder. Questions became more aggressive. Supporters and critics clashed across platforms. Meanwhile, Princess Anne reportedly remained focused on one objective: uncovering the complete truth behind the alleged deal. According to the storyline, Meghan's response did not calm the situation. It poured gasoline on an already raging fire. Instead of retreating, apologizing, or attempting to ease tensions, she allegedly launched a fierce counterattack. The accusations directed at her were rejected completely. The warnings from London were dismissed. And in a dramatic twist, the blame was reportedly redirected right back toward the royal family itself. Suddenly, the conflict was no longer simply about an alleged commercial agreement. It had evolved into a full-scale war of narratives, with each side presenting a completely different version of reality. As pressure intensified, Princess Anne allegedly reached a breaking point. If Meghan refused to explain herself, then Anne would find answers elsewhere. According to the narrative, she activated every available connection and pursued evidence with relentless determination. What followed became one of the most explosive developments in the entire controversy. The American corporate partner at the center of the alleged arrangement reportedly became increasingly nervous as media scrutiny intensified. Executives allegedly realized that remaining silent could place their own reputation at risk. And when questions began arriving from representatives connected to the royal family, the atmosphere reportedly changed overnight. Then came the moment that transformed suspicion into what the storyline describes as overwhelming evidence. According to the claims, corporate executives allegedly handed over communications, internal documents, memoranda, and proposal materials connected to the project. The documents reportedly painted a picture far more damaging than anyone expected. Every denial was suddenly challenged. Every accusation was suddenly examined under a different light. And for Princess Anne, this was allegedly the breakthrough she had been waiting for. The narrative claims that the materials revealed detailed plans involving royal branding, public sympathy campaigns, and strategies designed to generate attention around Archie and Lilibet. Whether viewed as business planning or something far more controversial, the revelations reportedly sent shockwaves through everyone who reviewed them. For Anne, the situation was no longer about rumors. It was about evidence. Evidence she allegedly believed justified immediate action. What happened next reportedly stunned even seasoned royal observers. Princess Anne allegedly convened an emergency gathering and presented the entire dossier before senior royal figures. Page after page was supposedly reviewed. Details were examined. Allegations were discussed. And by the time the meeting ended, the atmosphere inside royal circles had reportedly become grim. According to the storyline, Anne concluded that extraordinary measures were necessary. An ultimatum was prepared, and it was brutal. The message reportedly demanded that Meghan and Harry return to Britain and answer questions before the royal council. Failure to cooperate, according to the narrative, could trigger severe consequences. The ultimatum landed like a thunderbolt. Suddenly, what had started as whispers of a business arrangement had escalated into a crisis threatening reputations, relationships, and futures. Harry's reaction was allegedly explosive. The transcript describes a man pushed beyond his limit. Realizing the scale of the controversy and the damage it could cause, Harry reportedly erupted in anger unlike anything seen before. The argument that followed was portrayed as devastating. Years of frustration allegedly surfaced all at once. Trust collapsed completely. Accusations became personal. Regrets surfaced. Resentment exploded. According to the storyline, Harry no longer viewed the controversy as a misunderstanding. He allegedly viewed it as a betrayal. Meghan, however, reportedly refused to accept responsibility. She allegedly insisted that everything had been done to secure the family's future. She argued that circumstances had forced difficult choices. But by this point, the conflict had grown too large for explanations to contain. The damage had already spread across headlines, television screens, social media feeds, and international conversations. As the alleged deal collapsed, the narrative describes Meghan finding herself increasingly isolated. Corporate partners reportedly distanced themselves. Public criticism intensified. Supporters became quieter. Critics became louder. Every new revelation seemed to deepen the crisis. crisis. The empire she was allegedly trying to build appeared to be crumbling around her. Meanwhile, Princess Anne emerged as the central figure in the storyline's final act. Supporters portrayed her as a defender of tradition. Admirers praised her determination. To them, she represented discipline, duty, and unwavering loyalty to the institution she had spent her entire life serving. Whether one agreed with her methods or not, the narrative presented Anne as someone willing to confront controversy head-on, regardless of how powerful the opponent might be. And that is where this dramatic saga leaves its audience. One woman portrayed as pursuing opportunity at any cost, another portrayed as protecting tradition at any cost, a family divided, a reputation shattered, alliances broken, trust destroyed, and perhaps most importantly, questions that still linger in the shadows. Because in royal controversies, the loudest battles are often not the ones fought in public. They are the ones fought behind closed doors, where silence itself can become the biggest clue of all. Even after the alleged evidence, the arguments, the ultimatums, and the public backlash, one mystery remains hanging in the air. Is this truly the end of the conflict, or merely the beginning of an even bigger royal storm waiting to erupt?